jump right into this. In my Aubrey Lennox voice, I'm lonely. So I'm hopping on here for like a special diary edition of AG Murray TV. I'm gonna try to somewhat connect it to the five-figure vintage exchange. I'm not gonna it kind of is connected to it because five-figure vintage exchange for this month is gonna be rather for May, honestly, is gonna be somewhat connected to this, but. Um, this isn't something where I'm going to like offer any solutions. I'm just kind of documenting something that's been on my mind, something that I've been discovering for myself. So, I'm in this phase or in this state where I'm having this epiphany that I'm having two different epiphanies. One is something that I've known for a long time that I need to get past myself to like get through or get to. I don't like leaving my house. Well, I won't say that. For a long time, I think I've shared it here before, shared it on another site where I've kind of dealt with like driving anxiety for a long time, where it prevents me from going places, especially in the city where, there's parking, like you gotta park on the street. I'm that person who will pay $8, $10 to park in a parking lot. I'm like, I'm not parking, I'm not doing a street parking thing. If there's a bunch of cars. Now, if it's just like a sparing amount of cars, I can parallel park or street park, whatever the hell you call it. I can do that. But when it's just a bunch of cars and it's like I'm trying to find that tight space, I'm not doing it. But I will say I have gotten much better. You guys have seen posts of me going to a district in my city known as Carytown. It's in the heart of the city. It's a shopping district, historic shopping district, and there's a lot of street parking. So I've been able to go out there. Mind you, I go in the morning when there isn't in the morning on like Monday and Tuesday when nobody else is out there. But usually when I go, I don't look for the parking lots. I'll park on the street and whatever. So I'm kind of working through that thing, and I'm kind of worked to get to a point where I'm not so worried about doing it at nighttime or in the evening when things are actually going on. So I'm recognizing or telling myself, Adrian, you are missing out on so much because of this fear that you have. And of course, I could take a bus, I could take Uber places, I can get somebody to drop me off. But I'm also the type of person where when I'm ready to leave, I'm ready to leave. So I'm getting in my car to leave. So, but besides that, I noticed that I am kind of pushing past that a little bit. Again, like I was saying, there's so many things that I'm kind of missing out on, because I don't want to have to deal with the crowd and the public, I guess you could say. And this is where the second part comes in, because when I would say things like that, it used to be because I had fear or anxiety about being around people. Now not so much. Now I work in a place where I am constantly surrounded by hundreds of people. So now this worry and fatigue about being in public spaces, it's now coming from a place of I'm literally around people nonstop, 40 hours a week. And now I don't want to deal with it. And so I'm kind of trying to bring myself out of that, because I'm recognizing that in addition to missing out on things, and when I say missing out on things, so something that I've always wanted to do, there's a theater out here downtown in the city. Every Christmas they have a performance of It's a Wonderful Life. And I've always wanted to go see it. I don't know if they did it last year, actually. I know year before last, or Christmas before last, they did it. And I really wanted to go, but it was just like that mix of, I don't want to go downtown and have to worry about the parking. And then also, I was tired from work. So at my job, Christmas is a crazy season. Like it is for every customer service environment, but it's for a particular. We specifically have Christmas themed things going on at my job, and of course just more people. So like usually around that time, I'm exhausted. Between December and May, I am like tired. No, I'll say December to like March, April. But anyway, I've always wanted to go to that. The Bird Theater in Richmond. They show it's one of the oldest movie palaces in the country. It's still looks exactly the same as it did when it was built. I've been in there. I've been in there to like as a production assistant for a movie. I've been in there for a job interview before. I've been in the Bird Theater quite a few times, but I've never actually gone in to watch a movie. But they only show movies at night at like 7 p.m. So again, it's just like going, and it's in Carytown. It's like going out to Carytown at night. Do I want to do that? Do I feel like doing that? And also, I'm usually getting home at like 6. You know, so it's just like I don't want to go out somewhere after work. You know, I'm that person. Um, Something that's like on like I'm okay. Anyway, not to ramble, but I'm recognizing like I don't meet people with similar interests, or I haven't met people with similar interests because I'm like stopping myself from going out and doing things and getting out of my comfort zone. And then also the people that I am friends with, they're not interested in the stuff that I'm interested in. And let me rephrase that. Um, I was so happy to have a friend kind of tell me recently that he um he was listening to Cowboy Carter recently, and as a lot of us are, and he kind of came back and kind of thanked me for he said a lot of these people, like a lot of these artists, you in the past when you're like because he asked me what I was working on because I write screenplays if you don't know, and he could tell that I was he could tell that I was hesitant to say I'm working on a period piece because I always feel weird about telling people that because people are always just like, oh, here she goes with the old stuff again. So he could tell that I was hesitant, and he thanked me or acknowledged to me that he was able to catch on to some references in Cowboy Carter, or like certain histories related to an artist related to that because of the things that I've shared on social media in the past. And I was very appreciative of that. I needed to hear that. But my friend is not gonna put on my friend is like now listening to certain music from the past or whatever. I assume so, but he's not about to dress up like anybody from the past. So he's not about to. I don't know, but that's this more so is kind of falling into the 5-figure vintage territory that in reference to like clothes and aesthetic, because I am going to talk about how I don't even wear the vintage inspired clothing that I've always dreamed and imagined myself wearing from a day to day or on a day to day basis. So there's really no point to this video. There's no conclusion. It's just it is my hope and dream, one, to start getting out there more and meeting new people, meeting people with similar interests. And then on top of that, I will say this. I'm going to put it out in the air. I also think I'm feeling that nudge that I probably don't, where I'm living now, I feel like it's time for me to move very soon. And I'm piecing that together. I'm working on that. I'm a little, Los Angeles. I'm a screenwriter, so I'm like, I mean, it only makes sense to want to move to Los Angeles, but there's that fear of going to Los Angeles and not making it or struggling and having to come back home, and also Hollywood is very scary. Like we're finding that we've always known that Hollywood was scary and interesting and weird, but we're really having it shown to us how weird and scary Hollywood is, and it's making me not want to go anymore. But I keep hitting my desk. But no conclusion to this. I guess my advice well, my solution is I know I have to basically round up the energy throughout my days, and not just at the end of the day and not just after work, just throughout the day. Maintain that energy so I can, that mental energy and physical energy, so my life is not limited to work and home. Because that's what's going on right now. My life has really been limited to I go to work, I come home, and that's it. Because, and now, I think now I'm getting to a point where it's like, now I want to do things. Like, mentally, I'm not scared to be around people. I don't have that social anxiety anymore, or not as much. But now I'm at the point where I'm just like, now I don't go out because I'm tired. Now I just don't have the energy to do it. So, let me. Are y'all going through something similar? Like, or have you gone through something similar and you were finally able to kind of push yourself out of it? Let me know how that went for you. And that's it. That's all. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble, and hope to see you next time. Five-figure vintage exchange video should be up like right after this, if not at the same time. So, bye.